Hi, my name is Matthew Blackman. Today is May 23rd, 2025, and this is my Week 7 assignment for FTT 100 Introduction to Firearms. So let's get into it. So, first things first, this is my Glock 26 Gen 5. This is what I'm going to be using for the demonstration. Real quickly, I would like to say there's no live ammo anywhere around. I do have this dummy round sent by SDI, but it's got no powder, it's got no primer, it's got no anything in it. So that's what I'm going to be using to help show my demonstration. So real quick, we're going to remove the magazine. We're going to go ahead and show that there's no ammo in here. There's absolutely nothing in the chamber. I can physically, visibly see it. There's nothing anywhere around. There's nothing in here. There's no magazine or anything in here. So just to get this ready, I'm going to go ahead and stick the dummy round with no primer, powder, or anything in it into the magazine, and then insert the magazine into the Glock. And I'm going to set that there. So for this week's, the week 7 assignment, I'm going to be showing you the 8 steps in the cycle of operations and when they start and stop. So first, with cocking, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger, so we start with a dead trigger. Again, there's nothing in there. So here on the Glock, when we pull the slide back, this would be cocking. Next is going to be feeding. You can see the slide pushing the dummy round up the feed ramp, and then once it's pushed into this into the chamber, that would be the next step, chambering. Then once the slide is fully into battery, like this would be the locking step. So, with the dummy round in the chamber, we can pull the trigger to simulate firing in a safe direction, of course. And then the next step, after the dummy round is fired, of course, if it was a live round, it would already have cycled, but we're going to simulate it cycling as if it was a live round. So it would begin to cycle. Unlocking would be the first step after it starts to cycle, and then extracting, and then ejecting. So once the slide unlocks, and the slide and the extractor are far enough back, you can see that it would eject, and I'll show that to you now. Just like that. And those are the 8 steps of operation. So again, I'm going to go ahead and drop the magazine. There's nothing in the magazine. I'm going to go ahead and take the dummy round and set it away, so there's no confusion with that. And I'm going to go ahead and show that the firearm is clear again. There's nothing inside. The magazine is empty. We don't need the magazine for right now, so I will set it to the side. I'm going to go ahead and let this down and then pull the trigger. It's required on the Glock to take down. Then you just grab these takedown pins right here on each side. Pull these down while pulling a little bit back on the slide. And once you feel the slide release, the lever, I believe it's called, drop down, you can then slide the slide forward. So there we have the frame, and then we have the slide here. So this is the recoil spring assembly. This is the barrel right here. Go ahead and take those out. You can see that there's some gunk in here. I'm pretty sure this only has like 50 or so rounds on it at the range since I cleaned it last. So there's some gunk in here, but it's fairly clean, but it could always be cleaner. So I've got some of this Spartan Systems Carbon Destroyer that SDI gave us. I can just go ahead and do the slide first, actually. So I can go ahead and just drop some. I'm generous with it, not gingerous with it. And then just take the brush that came in the kit and just give her a good scrub. I mean, you can really get in the tracks on the side of the slide and everything. Just get her nice and clean. The Carbon Destroyer works really good. I've been using it already. It really cleans up things nicely. Again, this wasn't too dirty, but it could be cleaner. Okay, just take one of these. Just give her a good wipe. And you can see it's not perfect. Okay, and that's fairly clean. We can go ahead and give our recoil spring a little wipe down. I'm not going to use any Carbon Destroyer on it just because it's not really that dirty. Just a quick little wipe down. Barrel, of course. I know for a fact that I just ran through this barrel, so I'm not going to do it. But you could if it was dirty. But this one is spotless. So then on the frame, set these aside right there. Just Get some carbon destroyer here, here, just on the rails, here, kind of on the trigger housing. Get the trigger bar. Pull that out really good. And you can see it's picked a good amount of carbon and dirt and gunk. All right, that's pretty much all the carbon done and scrubbed pretty good. So for reassembling this part at least, oh, real quick, I'd like to point out that, so we're supposed to point out some of the systems or the pieces that help in each function. So for extracting in particular, this is the extractor right here on the side. This is what would grab the case and then not only extract, but also eject as the slide cycles back. And then for firing, this is obviously the trigger housing, like the actual trigger housing right here. This is the trigger bar and this is the trigger shoe right here. This is all going to be when you're firing, what's doing it. And then your firing pin assembly is in here, which this is what springs forward and actually strikes the primer on the cartridge when you pull the trigger for firing. And then the slide obviously is the main component with locking and unlocking. It's what's sliding back and forth with either your hand or the gases from the firearm or the round that you shot. And I think that's everything. Yep, I believe that's everything. All right, so now reassembling. Just on the Glocks, I like to hit with a bit of lube right here on the barrel, and then put her back in there, and then with the recoil spring, make sure all the way down, hit him with a little bit of lube, hit him with a little bit of lube, hit him with a little bit of lube, and then on the frame, just hit like each post with just a little bit. More's coming out because I've been using this bottle, but hit him with a little bit of lube too. And then go ahead and put the slide back on the frame. Make sure it cycles. Again, there's nothing in the chamber. No magazine has been even near this. Just go ahead and test, make sure it operates. Reset. Yep, seems to work fine. Wipe off some excess oil here. Wipe off some excess oil here. All right, and there we are. All right, and that was my week 7 assignment. Again, my name is Matthew Blackman. Today's May 23rd, 2025. Thank you so much for watching.